Hey guys, so today I'm going to do a get ready with me video, and it's going to be a copper and brown and beige eye with a caramel lip. And I did already put on a bunch of products because, you know, the video would be ridiculously long if I did it from start to finish. I mean, yesterday's Best in Beauty 2014 was long enough, so we don't want a repeat episode of that. So all the products that I used will be in the description box, but I'm just gonna fly through what I have on already. L'Oreal Magic Anti-Redness Face Primer. I've gone back to using this because I want to use it up so that I can go back to using the Maybelline that I tried, which is awesome. So I'll be using this pretty much every day until it's gone. L'Oreal True Match Lumi Foundation. My shade is N1-2. Benefit Ooh La Lift. Remember this. If you are new to my channel, then you won't be familiar with this, but this is it's a corrector that you put on underneath your concealer. So gone back to using that. Been playing around like crazy with the concealers. Then I put Maybelline Master Concealer in Fair over that. And then I powdered my face with L'Oreal True Match Pressed Powder in C2 Natural Ivory. Then I used the Sephora Pantone Universe Shimmering Marsala Cheek Trio. I just did a whole video about this recently, so if you want to see this in action, you can refer to that video, but I have all three products from this palette on. And then I primed my eyes with MAC Painterly Paint Pot. So let's take it up from there. I am going to use 3 ColourPop shadows today. And remember the ColourPop haul that I did recently, and I touched that ultra metallic one in GameFace and went, ooh, I was squealing and going on because I had never seen, felt, or touched one of ColourPop's ultra metallic shadows yet. Well, we're going to use that one. That's going to be the main focal point of the eye look today. So this is GameFace. It's just a very foiled copper shadow in the ultra metallic finish by ColourPop. So I find that the easiest way to apply these on your lids, because this is going to be the lid shade, is with your fingers. So I'm just going to swirl my finger in there and get plenty of product on my ring finger, and then I'm going to put that on my lids very carefully, trying to get down near the lash line as close as possible because you don't want a gap there, and then bring it up a little bit. And I'm going to put just a little bit more, although this gives really nice coverage, this finish. Okay, let's do the other eye. I want to order more colors of these so bad, but I can't right now. I just got tires for my car. 4 brand new tires, which is like $500, plus I had the oil changed and had the basic maintenance done, so it was like close to $600 worth of work done on my car the other day. So I won't be buying anything in the near future, but I want more colors of these so bad. I love them. Oh my god, these are just, they're completely different than anything else that I have in terms of texture and finishes, and they just don't look and feel like any other eyeshadows. Okay, so that is the ultra metallic one in GameFace. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the shade Desert, which is a satin finish. It looks like that. And this is sort of I'm going to say it's a warm tone beige color. And I'm going to use, let's see, what should I use for a brush? I'm going to use this Zoeva crease brush. And anytime you see me use Zoeva brushes, they were a gift from my friend June. I don't think we can buy Zoeva here. So I'm going to put some of that on this brush. And this is going to be my transition color. So I'm going to start in the crease and go up kind of high with this. And get that all over the crease area, going up higher than you would normally go for your crease color. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put another crease color. Well, this is the transition color. I'm going to put another color down as the crease color. So this is going to, you know, just make it not look so harsh when I add the crease color in. And it's just a really nice, warm, light color that will work well with this copper shade that's on my lids. Alright, so next I'm going to use Bandit. This is also a satin finish, and I'm going to put that in the crease. And I think for a brush, I think I'm going to use my Real Techniques pointed crease brush, because it's very precise, and this is a pretty dark color. It's like a reddish brown. So I'm going to put some of that on my brush. If you want to use brushes on these ColourPop SuperShock shadows, use synthetic, because that's going to work a lot better. Natural brush hairs aren't going to pick up the product correctly. So we're going to start right in that outside crease area and then work it in, go back to the outside and go in. And I am going to blend this out a little bit when I'm done. But right now we're just trying to get some color in the area that we want it. Okay, I think that's enough. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a, let's see, let's use this. This is an e.l.f. concealer brush. I actually have two of these. I have one that I use for my concealer and one that I use as a blending brush for eyeshadows sometimes to just blend out anything that's like too harsh, too dark. And I'm going to blend out the outside edges of all this so that it will be a bit more faded on the edges. Just blend out that harshness that's all along the edge there. The e.l.f. C brush also works really good for this. And that's just going to take down that harshness. Okay, to me this looks like it needs a little bit of a gold highlight shade or a golden beige or something. And let's see what I've got here that I could use. I've got Smash, that could work. Do we want something satiny or shimmery? I've got Truth, that also could work. This is also a satin, but I want something like a gold or a beige. Fringe is a shimmery gold. Yeah, let's go with Fringe. Okay, probably be better off using my finger, but I can probably get a more precise application with a brush. Let's try a brush. This is a Real Techniques brush and all the words and everything are worn off of it, so I'm not sure which one it is. I have a bunch of them. I'm going to put a little bit of that on my brow bone area so that it doesn't look so stark next to the color. Just give it a little something. Oh, that's much better. Much better. Yeah, when you're working with a bold color like coppers and stuff, you can't just leave that brow area empty. I do sometimes, but not for something like this. Okay, so that was Fringe. So I ended up using GameFace, Desert, Bandit, and Fringe. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Maybelline Master Kajal Cream Kohl Liner in Midnight Brown. And I'm going to tight line. And then I'm going to put a little bit on my lower lash line. And then I'm going to use some Wet n Wild Max Volume Plus Mascara in Amped Up Black. Boy, what a difference when after you add the mascara, huh? Because it looks kind of crazy. Eyeshadow looks kind of crazy until you get that mascara on. Okay, now I'm just going to quickly fill in my brows with my Forever 21 Love and Beauty by Forever 21 Retractable Eyebrow Pencil in gray. And I'm just going to lightly fill in those gaps. If I go light enough, I don't have to use the spoolie, but if I get a little carried away, then I have to use the spoolie to smooth things out. Okay, and last but certainly not least, my lips. I'm going to use one of the new L'Oreal Paris Infallible Pro Last lip colors. This is called Everlasting Caramel. And the first thing you do is you put some of the color on your lips. It takes about 2 minutes to dry, and then you add some of the balm after that, or you can do a second layer of the color and wait and then add the balm. So instead of having you just sit here waiting for it to dry with me, I'll shut off the camera so that you don't have to wait. So I'm gonna put a layer of this on and then shut off the camera while it dries. I love caramel lips with copper eyes. I think that's a great combination. Okay, so the first layer is dry. It takes about 2 minutes, and I love the way it looks without the balm, but unfortunately you can't wear it without putting some sort of balm on top of it, because it becomes, once it dries, it feels like it's pulling, and if you just leave it like that and you can overcome the way it feels, it'll just peel right off your lips as time goes by. So the balm makes it adhere to your lips, and what I try to do is use as little as possible to maintain the way it looks now, but when I first put the balm on, it's gonna look too shiny, too glossy, too crazy, but that sort of sinks into your lips and goes away a little bit. It doesn't go away completely, but it goes away somewhat. So what I will do is I will put the balm on, and then I'm going to take a picture, a still photograph, and insert it in the end of the video, and I'll probably use it as the screen cap for the video as well. That will show you what it looks like after the second layer dries. So I just dabbed as little on as possible. I know it looked like I was putting a lot on, but I was just barely dabbing it on there. And then there should be a picture after this. So I'll see you guys. Hope you enjoyed my copper caramel get ready with me video today. Bye. Thanks for watching.